Hi, everyone, and welcome in this Metaswap live event. I am Marco, the project manager of the Metaswap, and today with me I have Lorenzo, who is an important contributor of the project. Ciao, Lorenzo.
Hi Marco. Hi guys. How you doing?
Everything is super fine. Lorenzo, in the last months, has been contributing to the Metaswap project both on the communication side and on the research and development side. And as such, has been one of the first to notice the big news of the last days about the Metaswap project because Metaswap has been selected among 14, I think, finalists and winners of the Optimism Grant Council Awards, the Cycle 11 Growth Experiment category. So Metaswap has been selected and won a grant of 30,000 Optimism token to be distributed to incentivize the usage of the Metaswap decentralized application. Would you like to add something to this, Lorenzo?
Yes, I think that it's a great news actually because Metalswap has this kind of future development to find a scaling solution. So this is a great topic for all the five protocols that has deployed on Ethereum chain, as to find a scalability solution, find a chain where the transaction fee is lower. Okay, and going in a scalability solution is a great thing. Going with a in a scalability solution like Optimism with a grant, I think is the maximum things you can expect for a protocol.
Yes, that's a great achievement of the Metaswap project. Of course, the Optimism Grants Council Foundation uh, doesn't give away Optimist token for free, and there are several achievement and specific milestones to meet in a specific timeline to receive this 30,000 Optimist token. The first of which, of course, is to release the edging swap decentralized application, the edging swap protocols and smart contracts onto the Optimism chain. Of course, such a major release, such a major change, being Metaswap governed by a decentralized autonomous organization, a DAO, has to go through a votation on the DAO itself. And so, Lorenzo, as a good first example, is being the first one to write a draft MIP, a Metaswap improvement proposal on the Metaswap governance forum. So today, in today's video, we are going through this draft, explaining this draft that Lorenzo wrote himself, hoping that the DeFi Foundation behind the Metaswap project will take charge of it because we want to move the Metaswap protocol on the Optimism chain as soon as possible to receive the Optimism grant.
Yes, I found this rule on the governance forum, how to write a new MIP. MIP stands for Metaswap Improvement Proposal that has to be voted on chain from the Metaswap DAO. So there was a structure of an MIP, proposal, summary, background, contest, details, support and visual media. An MIP draft has to have a lot of information to go through the DeFi Foundation consideration. So I decided to write that because I think that if the DAO wants to go to Optimism chain, has to do is in May, June. So we have to have a speed up to go through a lot of improvement, a lot of deploying. So we have to decide. We have to decide fast.
Yeah. The milestones and the timeline, which are the conditions to receive the grant, are kind of strict. So this votation has to go through fastly, as you said.
Yes. So, what is the background and context in this to decide to go to Optimism Layer 2? If you move your fund in Ethereum network in the last 6 months, maybe also 2 years, we've seen a a great transaction fee increase. So for example, last day for swapping in Uniswap, you have like $30 cost only for make a transaction, only for running smart contract in Uniswap. And obviously also for EdgeSwap smart contract is the same problem. So I've seen that from the Metalswap smart contract deploying in September 2022, we've seen an Ethereum G-Way fluctuated from 10 to 100. And also the price of Ethereum obviously depend on the transaction fee costs. And in the last month has been from $1K to $2K from Ethereum. So what this means for Metalswap, that if you want to open an EdgeSwap, you have to pay from $5 to $80. Depends on the moment, the time you want to open it. So if you're talking about a target size, a medium target size from $100 to $500, you have too much to pay for in terms of transaction fee. I want to open a $500 operation and I have to pay $50. That's too much. Okay, so this is a retail problem. So I think that going Optimism network, we will fix that problem. So a lot of DeFi protocol has decided to go to Optimism network, like Arbitrum, for example, or Optimism, because they correlated to Ethereum. There's a layer 2 solution. So I think in terms of security, this is the best solution we have now in DeFi. So in addition to that, we have also 30K OP tokens to distribute. So that OP token has to, we have to distribute, smart contract will distribute OP for people that are using EdgeSwap. So we will have less transaction fee and we will incentivize giving DOP to EdgeSwap user. I think this is great. This is two things that go in the EdgeSwap using direction. A lot of people will use more that our protocol. So it is great.
Yes, yeah. As you said, moving to a layer 2 solution has been around on the head of the team members for a while, because, as you said, there is on Ethereum chain now, with the current market situation, there is a great barrier for the smaller operations, the smaller hedging operations. And of course, going to a layer 2 is great for the retail and the users of the protocols. And obviously, going into a layer 2, backed by a grant of the Optimism Foundation, is really a great opportunity for the Metalswap project.
Yeah, the best thing we can expect.
Yep.
Okay, proposal details. This is the problem we fixed, drastically lowering the transaction fee, also reducing the premium. The premium, I remember to you, that is the cost you have to pay for opening a position. We can, smart contract can lower the premium because the liquidation system will get more efficient. So we will have also this thing that will improve the tool.
Yeah, because the liquidators itself, they work on the chain. So in order to close the swap, they have to pay the gas transactions fee. So if the gas transactions fees are lower, the settlement fees can be lower, and so the overall premium fees will be lower.
Yes, and so this will incentivize more the usage. I think that the minimum target size in this moment in Ethereum are $200. I think that we can lower that, because I think this is a key things for retail usage. Okay, if we have less commission to pay, if we have less transaction fee to pay, we can have a lower target size. Yeah, I think that will be fair. And there is a distribution of OP and XMT. So when you will use it, if the DAO decides so to use hedging swap, you will have OP liquidity reward and XMT liquidity reward that has been deployed also with the same system on Ethereum chain.
And that's a key point of your proposal, because you are proposing that the hedging swap smart contracts, when you open hedging swap position, you usually on the Ethereum chain receive XMT liquidity reward based on the size and the duration of the swap. So this is some kind of rake back. You get some liquidity reward for using the protocol, and you are proposing that this smart contract on the OP, on the Optimism chain, will distribute XMT and OP token to the users of the Metalswap smart contract, the Metalswap hedging swap tool.
Yes, we can call it OP back, which is kind of funny name. Okay. So next things the team will have to do, if the DAO decide so, is to bridge XMT. Okay, bridging XMT is important to have a pool of liquidity reward. As we said before, if we want to give XMT to hedging swap user, we have to bridge some portion of XMT from Ethereum chain to Optimism chain. I think the best things we can do is going through the official OP bridge. I think this is the most reliable technology to do that. And of course, if we want to start opening hedging swap, we have a liquidity providing initial liquidity providing way to do that. I think that the first liquidity, as we've seen in Ethereum chain, the DeFi Foundation has to do so. We should provide not a large portion of liquidity like in Ethereum chain, but a little portion of liquidity, and maybe use the OP to incentivize the retail liquidity providing. Okay, so the liquidity can grow in the future. I think that 60K is a fair amount of liquidity to start. Obviously, okay, USDC is the choice, because if you see, I linked that at the DeFi Llama link, which we see that USDC is the much higher market cap in the Optimism network. So I think that it's an easy choice for us.
Okay, so the hedging swaps you're proposing are all based on the USDC stablecoin, differently from the hedging swap on the Ethereum chain, which are based on the USDT, so on the Tether token.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I think that is the most reliable solution for us. Okay, so the distribution of the P grant and XMT governance token, obviously. So there will be a solution, a plan to do that. Okay, and the team and the foundation will decide how to do so. And there will be a buyback, obviously. And I think the best solution for Metalswap is now to have a buyback that goes directly to Ethereum. So the people can lock their XMT on the smart pool, maybe maintaining the governance vote, and earn some XMT. That is directly from the Optimism chain, so collected by the premium. The premium goes to buyback. The buyback XMT goes to the Ethereum smart pool. I think this is the best solution.
Okay. So just to repeat it, you're proposing that the DeFi Foundation will use the premium collected on the Optimism chain, as stated in the white paper, in the original white paper, to buy back XMT by an 80% share, then bridge those XMT on the Ethereum chain, and then provide them as a reward on the original smart pools on the Ethereum chain so that the users can stake XMT and keep the voting power on the main chain. Okay.
Yes, exactly. Timeline milestone. First of all, we have to the DAO will have to approve the MIP. Before that, the foundation has to take this MIP and get it official. So if the foundation decides so, and we will see later, the foundation has to have a lot of costs in this operation. After approving the MIP by the DAO, the team has to deploy EdgeSwap smart contract on Optimism. The foundation has to provide liquidity, and then we have the whole EdgeSwap on Optimism live system and the distribution that going live in that mainnet.
Yeah, that is an important point, especially the first one, the approval of the MIP. And I'm jumping on that because today we are here with Lorenzo, who is an important contributor of the team. But every user of the forum could write a draft MIP. And the better this proposal is written, the higher the chance that the DeFi Foundation can meet this proposal and move it and approve it and transform it in an effective votation on the DAO. This is important. So every user, it's a decentralized autonomous organization. So every user of the forum could write a draft MIP, and the discussion of this draft has to take place on the forum because the DeFi Foundation reads the forum and will take on the best proposals.
Yes, and so after that, the foundation can decide to take this MIP, get it official, and create an on-chain votation.
Yeah.
Okay, because obviously the foundation now has enough XMT to create an official MIP. So I think that for this MIP, if the foundation decides to do so, I think that it has to take to the entire cost of the operation, including cost of smart content development and other things, and provide the liquidity, as we mentioned before. And the foundation has to provide also the XMT that goes from Ethereum chain to Optimism network to give this liquidity reward.
Okay.
So that is the key point for this MIP, and we will see, I think, in the next weeks how the foundation decide to manage this MIP. I've seen also a lot of interesting questions on the bottom of this post, and I posted other information, and I'll let you see that. It is important to understand that XMT on Optimism network doesn't have votation power. So all the XMT away from Ethereum blockchain doesn't have governance power. Okay, this is important. So if you, for example, get some XMT in Optimism network in this distribution plan, in this project, you have to bridge back if you want governance power. Papo, for example, asking for he asks for a governance vote cheaper. Okay, yes, I think this is a great topic, but it's a great topic. Okay, it's another matter from this distribution, from this topic. So I think that we will have some, maybe I create something in the forum to try to wonder how could be a cheaper DAO voting. Okay,
yeah,
which is not easy. I say to Papo that I think that Optimism bridge is the most reliable bridge. So this is the best solution for us in this moment. And Papo asked for if the liquidity provided by the foundation will receive XMT on pay, which is a detail that the foundation will show in further communication if decide to go on this MIP, and so we'll see.
Yeah, it will be certainly written on the official DAO votation, if so.
Yes.
Great. So we incentivize every one of you to participate to the discussion, because this is just a draft MIP. And of course, the more people participate to this discussion, the more interesting comments and the more improvement that we can make to the original draft proposed by Lorenzo, the higher the chance we have that the DeFi Foundation will take on this proposal and move it to an official MIP and to an official DAO proposal and votation. Of course, the timeline is strict because Metalswap won the grant of the Optimism Foundation, but has some specifics milestones to achieve in a specific timeline. Everything is public on the Optimism forum as well, because the application of the Metalswap team to this grants is public on the Optimism forum. Everything is public on the Metalswap governance forum for this discussion to happen. So we encourage every one of you to move the discussion from the Telegram groups to this governance forum, because this is where the DAO stuff will take place from today on.
Yes, obviously, this is one of the most important for this centralized protocol.
Yes. I think if there are not any questions, we can sum it up.
Matteo. Thank you, Matteo.
Ciao, Matteo.
Ciao, Matteo. There's a question. What will be the next steps of the roadmap, in your opinion? When will the project be mature enough to give a return early adopters investor?
To early adopter investors. Okay, the next steps of the roadmap, of course, in this current market situation, we have to we have to roll with the punches of the market. So we need to follow the market conditions. The market condition in the last year has been really tough for the DeFi ecosystem, and with this grant and with this proposal, we are making one step toward the retail usage of the protocol, because as we have seen in the last months, the DeFi ecosystem is not ready to take the great investors that need systems that have also strong documentation, bureaucracy behind that. It's everything is moving really faster than what we can think. So the only step we can make today is to move forward on a more scalable solution to incentivize the retail usage of the Metalswap protocol. While behind the scenes, of course, there is a dedicated team which is moving towards the institutional investors, to institutionals way to bring liquidity to the DeFi ecosystem in an optimal way.
Yes, I think that the centralized protocol doesn't have to have a roadmap, actually.
Yeah.
We've seen this blog post with this. I think this is one of the most interesting posts in the few weeks that put some question. Okay, how digital asset will implement in the future, governance process, security, scaling, and swap, which is the topic today, institutional user, retail user. So I think that the DeFi team has to make some point, and then we have to discuss to this improvement, and then the DAO will decide. Okay, this is the process for a DeFi project.
Yeah,
and all the DAO, all the people that are interested, all the community has to incentivize the usage of the protocol. This is the most important things. We're not talking about other things. We have to discuss in which way the protocol will be used by the DeFi user or institutional user, retail user. That is the most important things.
Yes, that's That's really an important point. Maybe Matteo remember the first months of the project when we had a roadmap, but that was different because there was a small team which was dedicated to bring the Metaswap protocol, the idea on the mainnet. And we had this roadmap at the time to meet and achieve those milestones to bring the Metaswap main protocol, main smart contract deployed after the audit of the security company Certic on the mainnet, on the Ethereum mainnet. There, at that time, there was this kind of roadmap. After that, the protocol is on chain. The chain is public. The DAO is the protocol is governed by a DAO. So all the steps that the team is taking in this last month is to distribute the knowledge, the governance, and also the discussion around the protocol.
Yes, so I think that every DAO member, every people that are interested in this project has to ask himself, how can I give my contribution to DeFi protocol, from the usage, for the awareness. That is the key point. We're not an agency, okay? We are DAO, we are a DeFi project. It is a key point in the mindset.
Yes. The question, when will the project will be mature? Never. No one can respond that. Not never. No one can answer that questions because it's just impossible. Maybe tomorrow another giant in the DeFi ecosystem will fall down, and then we will have another year of bear market. It's not foreseeable. This. All that we can do is work day by day and provide ideas and discussion to the project. Every XMT owner has the right to speak, to write, to expose ideas on the forum.
Oh, yes.
Great. I think, Matteo, thank you very much.
Okay, that's a great question. Are you planning to implement artificial intelligence within the ecosystem? I don't know. That is a great idea.
If you have an idea, write it on the forum. That's a great discussion point.
The question is how you think that artificial intelligence will help the Metalswap protocol. That is the question.
Yes.
It's not easy to answer, but that's a great topic.
Okay. Once again, before closing, please go to the Governance Metaswap forum and participate to this discussion, because it's very, very important that every one of you has his own voice in this discussion for it to be taken by the DeFi Foundation and transformed in a real MIP.
Yes.
Thank you, Lorenzo, for being here.
Thank you, Marco, for inviting me.
Ciao, everyone. To the Metaswap.
Ciao, ragazzi.